Hello, welcome to the channel. I'm Claire Francis. Today I've got lots of bits and pieces to show you, mostly from TKMaxx. Now, if you like TKMaxx like me, this is a really good time of year to go in because they're getting in all their autumn stuff. For example, they have a lot of new coats in. This is when they start to get lots of nice bags in as well for winter, maybe some shoes and boots as well. So it's a great time to go there. So far, I've spotted quite a few things coming in that are interesting. As you know, I've already got this suede bag from TKMaxx. I did decide to keep that. Good bargain at $59.99. And I've seen one or two other suede bags come in, however, just sort of one of them. So it's not the sort of thing you're going to be able to link and find lots of. It is a question of going in and having a look. But there's definitely some nice bags coming in. Another thing I saw was a nice osprey bag. You know, the ones that are that sort of nylon-y sort of looking fabric and then a bit of leather on the top. I'll show you a picture of that. They had one of those in, I noticed, at a really good price. I think it was something like £35, something like that. So there's some good bags coming in, good shoes coming in. Although I'm not really on the lookout for shoes. I'm looking specifically for a pair of, probably I've decided burgundy, either longer boots or long ankle boots, which I haven't quite found yet, but I have found a coat. Now I have a confession to make. You know, I told you about the suede coat that I got from Marks and Spencer's that I was really happy about, and really great that I got one in a medium size. I've actually taken it back. I'm sure you think I'm probably crazy, but in the UK here, all we've had so far since September started is rain, basically, interspersed with a bit of sunshine, but you can't go out anywhere and hope that it's going to sort of stay dry. So it's put me off a little bit with the suede jacket, particularly as well because it was a very thin jacket, so it's not particularly warm and it is getting quite chilly already. So I started to have second thoughts about that. And what I've actually done is I saw a coat in TKMaxx, which is the same colour, it's a dark brown, but slightly different. So I'll show you what it is. So it's this slightly more weather resistant coat. It's, I don't know if you can see there, it's one of the MK ones. They have a lot of these jackets, as you probably know. Various American brands are quite sort of close to TKMaxx and they tend to produce runs of things for them sort of at certain times of year, and they always have a lot of nice coats from MK, sometimes Ralph Lauren as well. But I saw this, it's a lovely chocolate brown. It's one of those typical quilted type, sort of slightly weatherproof jackets. It actually has a thing you can nip in the waist, and then you can see lovely gold buttons. You can see them there, and a nice substantial gold zip, a bit of other gold detailing here, and a hood. So this is what I felt I was missing. I haven't got a nice sort of smartish coat with a hood. So let me show you that on. So I've just tucked my hair out of the way so you can see the jacket a bit better. I'll just step back. You can see there, we've actually got a nice nipped in waist there. It comes sort of just top of the thigh level. I'll show you a bit closer some of the details. So you can see there the gold zip. It's sort of a funnel neck, but it does lie quite flat, which I quite like. I don't like it when it's sort of getting up in your face and you end up with lipstick on it and things. So I like that. It's got this zip pocket here. It's also got two pockets on the side here, which open out like that, and then you put your hands in them. So you can either have them closed, or as I said, which looks quite smart, so you just pop them closed, or you can actually open them and put your hands in them. But I can draw that in if I want even smaller in the waist, so it gives a really nice shape and feels lovely and warm. It's also got the hood, as I said, which makes it a little bit more appropriate for the English weather. So it's poppers, and then you can see the zip there. And then it actually lies quite nicely when it's open as well. I'll show you the cuffs as well, little button detailing on the cuffs there. You can actually draw them in a bit smaller if you want. It's this nice normal quilted type, you know, I call it sort of like the Jules type jacket, you know, that sort of fabric. So quite weatherproof. And I just really like it, and I'm sticking to that dark brown colour along with some burgundy. That's my sort of colours I'm looking at the moment. So I was really happy with this jacket, and it was just under £80. and I thought that was quite reasonable value. Show you the back. It's just fairly plain at the back. There isn't anything else other than the sort of little drawstring bit there. But the drawstring bit is internal, as I said, so that doesn't sort of affect the outside of it at all. So a really nice weatherproof coat. I just thought, you know, it's all very well having these very nice light little jackets, but how often do we actually get to be able to wear dark coloured light jackets? So in the end, I know you probably think I am mad, but I've taken back that other jacket and I've decided to keep this one instead, which only cost me, I don't know, what was it, £10, £20 more than the other light jacket. Another reason I took the other jacket back was because it wasn't really the right shape for me. It didn't do anything for me at all. I think, you know, when you've got a bust, that sort of straight down, shortish sort of jacket just doesn't hang very nicely. I would highly recommend it, you know, if you are a bit more petite on top, but I just didn't like it on me. So I did make the decision to take it back, try and save a bit of money, and then I could actually get something that was a little bit more practical. And as I said to you, I'm sticking with the brown and the burgundy. This jumper is actually a Crew clothing jumper. I picked it up at I picked it up at the Crew clothing outlet store, and it's just a really nice light cable knit. It was £25, which is about half the recommended retail price. It is the lighter cotton version, which I actually prefer. So the winter version they've got coming into the normal shops now is about £55, but that's got a bit of wool in, but I actually like the cotton version. So I have got a pink one that you might remember from the springtime. I actually picked up exactly the same style, same jumper. And the reason I'm wearing this actually is I've got a couple of accessories to show you, which I think I wanted a plain top so that you could see them. So two other things I picked up from TKMaxx. So I'm sure you've heard that scarves are having a bit of a moment, the sort of silk type scarves that you can, you know, tie around your neck or use them in lots of other ways, are very on trend. So I actually picked up two. So I'll show them to you now. So there's this one, which has got a little bit of the leopard print there, really nice fabric. And it also has this little gold brooch at the top to help you sort of clasp it together without having to do complicated knots and things, which sounds really good because I'm not that good at tying, you know, intricate knots and things with scarves. So that might help. I'm going to try that one on in a minute. And then I also picked up this one, which I thought was nice because it has a variety of shades in. So it's got the dark brown there, but it's also got that little bit of sort of rosy colour, a little bit of sort of a yellowy colour, that mustardy colour as well. So I thought it might go quite nicely with quite a lot of autumnal sort of outfits that I've got. So those are the two scarves I picked up. And can you believe the price? They were £4.99 each. So I was really quite impressed with that. I'll show you them on. And you know, I've just opened the first packet up and I found it actually contains two scarves in it. So I've got this one, which is more of a greeny sort of brownie patterns with the yellow and the pink flowers there. And then I've got this one, which is slightly more the pinky and the brown. You can see that pattern there. So both really nice. This has got more of a blue in it, so that might work quite nicely with navy, whereas the other one is a little bit more green brown. So this is the first one, which I think looks really nice. So that's the sort of browns with a bit of pinkiness in, which I think ties in quite nicely with the burgundy. So that's scarf number one. This is scarf number two. This time I've just put it to the side slightly there, and you can see it's got some nice other colours in there that you could match with what you're wearing. So like that one as well. Now obviously they're not silk for £2.50 each, but they feel really nice, and just as a little extra accent, you know, jazz up a much more plain outfit, I thought they were both lovely. So I'm happy with those two. You can see it's got the leopardy print round there, and then we go into this sort of slightly pinky browny edging there. And then you can see there the little gold brooch that holds it in place. I actually have to say I do find that a bit less faffy than having to tie lots of knots and hope that everything lies flat. So I think that's a really useful little thing. So I'm filming this today at the beginning of the week, partly because it's a very horrible day today and there's not really anywhere else you can go, and the shops have closed because it's Sunday evening. So I'm filming this now, but I may well go back into another TKMaxx early next week. I've got another one that's local, and I'll see if there's any other bargains there. So if I spot anything else, I'll put them in the video now, and I'll show you them. So I did go back into store and I spotted a few more nice coats. This lovely jacket, this is an MK jacket, the green quilted sort of Barberesque style with the tan trim there and the gold poppers. Thought that was lovely. That was a reasonable price. I think it was $79.99. I thought that was very nice. And then I spotted a couple of other things. There was this really unusual jacket. It was a dark brown biker style jacket, so a leather biker style jacket, but quite an unusual colour. You don't often see them in brown. I'm not sure of the price of that. I don't know if you could see that. I'll put it on the screen. Felt lovely, very heavy, quite a substantial jacket. I'll try that on for you a little bit later. And lots of different variety there, a lot of the MK ones. This is one actually the same as I got last year. I have got this jacket in a green. It comes up a little bit more vivid than it looks on the video there, but that was a lovely jacket as well. They're all around the same sort of price. Really worth having a look there. Also spotted some lovely bags. So there was this bag, this is Polo Assassin. I've actually got the tan faux leather version, but this was a brown suede leather version. That looked beautiful. Really liked that, really considered buying it and then thought, do I need it? Another nice brown bag there with the sort of woven detailing, quite an on-trend feature there, and the over-the-shoulder strap. That was lovely as well. Really liked that one. I was looking particularly at the dark brown bags here. There are a lot of black ones as well, as you can see on the other side. But lots and lots of interesting bags to look at. So very individual, maybe just one or two of each one. You can see lots of different size bags, all different shades of browns and tans. And then we're moving on to some more darker brown ones at the end there. So this is another one I spotted. This is from Osprey. It's that sort of nylon / leather bag. Really nice little crossbody bag for when you just need, you know, a purse and a couple of bits and pieces in when you're out shopping or whatever. Thought that was lovely. And here's the green version I told you about earlier. So this is the green tote bag. I think that was actually $39.99, but that's really nice with the tan handles. Very good bargain. The full price for that's actually £120. And then you can see the scarves in the background there, quite a lot of choice. And then lots of other colours of bags. If you're looking for any colour, they've probably got it there. But they have got some nice burgundy ones as well. However, I'm not really looking for burgundy. I have got a couple in that colour. So this is the brown jacket tried on. It was really nice actually, it did fit me. It's not my favourite style for me because it is quite cropped, and it was a nice heavy substantial jacket, but I think I'd get a bit too hot in that. However, it was a really nice good quality biker style jacket if that's what you like. So that would be a very good option if that's your type of jacket. Alternatively, if you remember, I saw the green one, which is a little bit like a Barber jacket. Again, I think this was the medium. I think it fitted me fine. That was a lovely jacket, really nice, a much lighter feeling jacket, but a little bit, you know, shower proof. It's got the collar there and the gold buttons and the tan trim. That was a really nice jacket. And there was several other designs, all, you know, sort of similar, but a variety of different styles, but lovely. There's a couple of other things I wanted to talk to you about. When I was actually at the outlet the other day, we were in the sunglasses hut, and I came across a couple of lovely pairs of sunglasses. One pair that I'd slightly been lusting after I saw them on the cruise boat in the summer. I tried them on, they were lovely, but they were very expensive. And we managed to get them ordered in the sunglasses hut for a very good price. So I'll show you these ones. So this is the case they come in. Now these are Oakley's, which is one of my partner's favourite brands. Really lovely pair of sunglasses. And again, they've got a little sock as well to keep them all nice. So these are them. So what do you think of these sunglasses? Okay, they're a sort of, I think they're a rose gold / raspberry colour apparently. And I just really like the shape of them on me. I actually like the fact that there's almost a little bit of burgundy going on there, which I thought would look quite nice to wear it on sunny days in the winter as well. And I'll just show you them a little bit close up. You can see the frames there. It's sort of slightly rose goldy. You can see the sides there. but really lovely pair of sunglasses, and they're sort of an aviator type style, but they don't have those annoying little things that go on your nose. They've actually got, if I can show you there, sort of, it's actually joined onto the glasses there. It's sort of a foam version. It's not those annoying little plastic bits that wobble around and make a lot of creases on your face. So really happy with those ones. We actually sort of did a deal because we got 2 pairs. So I got these pairs for about, how much cheaper? Quite a lot cheaper than it was on the boat. I was trying to think. It was probably sort of 60% of the price it was on the boat. So second pair. So the second pair is a pair of Ray-Bans. They're actually quite similar in design. So let me just show you the case that they come in. So they come in this nice little case, and inside they are, so they're actually a similar style, but they're a brown pair. So they're sort of tortoiseshell. So can you see what I mean? The style is quite similar to the other ones, but they're more of a brown. So they're a sort of tortoiseshell colour. And again, I liked that sort of nod to the aviator style, but not completely aviators, where it's very thin metal sort of rims and things that I think could dig into your face. So I'm happy with my 2 new pairs of sunglasses, and all we need now is some sun to go with them, because as I said, it's been raining off and on most of the last couple of weeks. So I may not get to use them for a while, but together we got those for a really good price. So I'd never thought really of looking for sunglasses in the outlet sunglasses hut. I don't know if it was actually different prices because it was the outlet, but I actually ordered them at the outlet and they got sent to our home. And that's how we managed to get the really good deal. So they were sort of like ordered online for us. So hope you've enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about the coat dilemma with me taking back my suede coat and getting the other one. Do you think I've made the right decision? And let me know what you think about the scarves. Are you somebody that's going to be wearing scarves now in the autumn, or do you always wear them and it's no big deal for you? But they are having an on-trend moment at the moment. So let me know your thoughts. Also, just to let you know about the bags as well, I decided to keep both of my brown bags. The suede one is now one of my autumn tote bags, and the other one, the Marks and Spencer's one, I've turned into my work bag because, as I think I said to you, it actually fits my laptop really well and things like that. So I've actually got 2 different bags for 2 different purposes, and I did decide to keep both of them. And something I did want to ask you is what sort of brands would you like me to investigate? So obviously, as you know, last week I did an autumn wish list and I looked at Cezanne, Nobody's Child, Mint Velvet and Autograph at M&S. I was just wondering if there are any other brands that you like that you want me to have a look at. I don't do the very budget brands. I'm not saying you can't get some very good bargains there sometimes. But I'm just not so keen to promote them because I'm not as certain of things like fabric composition and also things like welfare of workers in foreign countries and things like that. So that's my own personal preference. I know some people budget wise, you've got to stick with that. And as I said, I know you can get some very good individual pieces from things like the supermarkets. They often do very good sort of dupes of, you know, very expensive brands and things. So I do appreciate that, but I prefer to not do those. But is there any other brands that you think I've missed out? Do let me know. Thank you. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video and I look forward to seeing you next week. Hope you all have a good week and I'll see you then. Goodbye.